Morning, folks. It's 5:09 a.m., November 11th, 2016, Tuesday. November 8th, 11/8. Before I get started, those little get-togethers that I've scheduled this month, excuse me, are the 25th and 26th are totally closed. That's a done deal. Friday, the 11th, 5 p.m. is closed. The 18th is closed. All the events on that day, those days, except November 11th, the 5 p.m. is closed. I think there's still one opening for the 11 o'clock and one for the 2 o'clock. Anyway, I expect to be having consults for a short time longer. I don't know, when they're going to end. Can't tell you exactly. But things have both changed and not changed in the same way on the other side. That's something I want to talk to everyone about. Being sick like this, it dries me up. I go through, I don't know, sometimes 2 quarts of water through the night drinking. And it attacks the immune system. It's the same thing the seg antelope died from. Some of George Washington, if you look at how he died. Some people said it was pneumonia, and it was, other people say it was a very rare, undetermined throat thing. Well, I had the same thing then I do now. It's your immune system being attacked, and it's like it's like a yeast infection in your throat. That and the lungs taking an issue. So back on the meds for a little while. The other side, let's talk about that for a minute. Let me close the computer. A little laptop. The other side has always been nuts. Everything was run on the other side by the original first being, male and female, the male and female halves of it. They're the only ones that ever did anything for running lives. They're the ones that were in control. They made their own laws and everyone lived them. There were problems, there were skirmishes. In their mind, they would say that Lily and Arae got uppity, especially Arae. And, of course, that's who killed them, their dad. The problem is, creation's been around a long time. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Don't know how to count years quite like that. But if you take 10.846 trillion and multiply it times 237, and then you add to that 10.846 trillion times 26 and a half. That's about how many years in Earth years that creation has existed. Well, from going into bodies, having lives, that's how long that's been going on. Creation's been around longer than that, but that's how long this going into a body, having a life thing has been happening. Everything was raised by the original first being, male and female, that released part of its own energy to make everything. And it was always abusive, aggressive. Original first being, 27.5% negative, especially for a power level like that, that's not good. And it grew up in a state of severe loneliness and aggression, and Israel Almighty God, okay? Allah, Yehu, whatever. Woohoo. Excuse me. So that's the way it's always been over there. It's been like that as far as having lives goes forever. It's sad, it's sick, it's in a process of changing. The biggest, baddest things over there are now dead. But still what's left over there does not want the old way to end. They want to be God. It's their turn to play God, they're going to have it. That's not going to be allowed. And it's only their sickness, their insanity, that could allow them to think that. Very soon they'll all be dead, completely deleted, their energy, everything. You can't kill energy? Bullshit. Yes, you can. On a third dimension level, no. But as very powerful energy, yes. They need to be removed. They're still continuing the old way. These things are not horrible, negative things. They're doing horrible things. And they're not, they're doing negative things. They're doing horrible, negative things. But the amount of negativity, of negative frequencies in their bodies, less than 2%. Source energy. See, that's the problem with arrogance. People talk about the word ego. That's kind of a weird word. I'm not ego, I'm not ego. Look, when a car's coming down the road, you need to think about yourself getting the hell out, okay? When you think you're better than anything else, wrong. As far as your value within creation, you're wrong. And that's part of the new format that's coming. I've done all I can do while I'm in a body, and the other side, I gave an ultimatum. They're okay for a while, and then now they're being stupid, so I'm changing what I told them. I'm going to go home a little earlier. Folks, it's insanity. But it's always been insane. It's always been about abusing everything. The original first being male and female, abusing everything so that they could grow things bigger. When you're in a body having a life, if you're abused, when you come out of the body, you go poof. When you've been abused real hard, you come out of the body, you go poof. And they want to get you as big as possible. It's like mass feeding you, cramming steroids down your throat or in your blood or whatever. Stuff's disgusting. Unless you need it for health reasons, to keep living. But folks, that's all gonna stop. That it takes one soul on your head, even if you're the strongest thing there is. It takes one soul on your head to mess with you, to keep you from doing what you need to do, or at least where you're going to have to give it attention. You can kill one at a time. You can kill 100,000 at a time. There's still plenty more. So there's source, there's souls, there's all kinds of stuff hanging around over there. 92% of the problem's been taken out. But what's left is still too much for someone to deal with in a body. The main thing is that the main things got taken out. So, I realize that at the moment, almost no one can see this. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm not here for, look at me. I'm here to do a job. I wear overalls, although this is pre-overall this morning. Damn it. Try not to wake Herky up. That one probably did, though. Anyway, folks, everything matters to me. I don't do fuzzy-wuzzy stuff, but I do love and care about everything. Yeah, I think it just hurt his collar. That's what I am. I'm the biggest part of Arae, and Arae was made to serve and protect. But it comes from heart energy. Gerard Bermudez, this is from you, buddy. Thank you. So's this. Gerard Bermudez, folks, is a really, really cool guy. Awesome. So much love in his heart. How can you not love people like that? How can you not love animals? You know, if you have heart energy within you, those frequencies, it's a beautiful thing. And there's power. There's power in heart. Big time. The strongest single energy focal point you have in your body is the solar plexus, because it's buried almost entirely inside your core energy. So it's in the middle of a huge river with energy going through it. So yeah, it doesn't feel as much, but it's very strong, very powerful. But the heart grabs all the different things and puts it together. Creates feelings, works with the hypothalamus region of the brain to create understanding. I've done all I can do to give you all the information that you need. I ripped that barrier out of your brains that separates the two parts of your, the two energies in your brain when it's in the head. The left side of the brain being the energy that originally came from Gaia. It's female planetary essence. That's the slightly smaller of the two spirits that's in your body. The larger one is you. I've explained in information in the books and everything else how to talk with stones, planets, people, the two different parts of the body. You all just need to wake up more. Like I said earlier, I know that almost no one can see this, and that's fine. But I also know as time goes on, more and more and more of you are going to start understanding this stuff for yourself. One of the things that really bothers me is the time it's taken for me to get things done here, getting packages out. You've heard that time and time and time again. I'll go to start, I get attacked, I have to get my brain work done by this person, that person on the other side. Sometimes they don't know what to do, and sometimes can't help it. I'll grab them, take them, some of them, pull them out of my head, and then protect them and set them aside. And here comes another one. You know, some of them trying to do something good, the other one's not. I've had days where I was hit so hard. I felt like a week at a time. I couldn't. It was everything I could do to get up to feed Herky and the animals outside. That made it impossible to get anything out. So today I'll be back on it, and then tomorrow I have something very important I'm going to do. But anyway, then I have the other events coming up, and things are being brought together for what I need to do. Going to have a chat with my law firm. So, two of the firms I deal with. There's only two firms I deal with. I don't know the right way to say that, but the one with the will and the other law firm there. I have to finish putting stuff together with the two of them. But it's this can't be finished here. Period. I knew that, but it's the big. They're going crazy. Trying to, on the other side, they're going crazy. What's trying to run things? They're going crazy, trying to keep me in the body. It's amazing. Folks, when you have a whole lot of things go wrong at one time, you can pretty well guess. Even if you can't see, you can pretty well guess that you're being messed with, okay? When you can see, and this is one thing that's very important, when you can see, you can see. You see who's doing it, okay? That's why the need for that barrier that was separating the two parts of your brain. Because when the two halves of your body work together, and in many ways we do, we're in a body. Excuse me, but when that barrier's gone, you talk together. Things make more sense. You understand. Planetary essence is very strong, folks. It's essence. Gerard, thanks again, man. I really appreciate everything. And folks, Carly and Angel and Danny from the Red Lobster. It's off of Pleasant Hill Road in Gwinnett County in Georgia. They all wanted to say hi. I've tried to be everything I can for everyone, but especially the animals, plants. Folks, we're part of a huge family. And don't think you get lost in it and something matters more than you. It doesn't. Everything is equally paramount. I just know I can't finish this here. And I also know the stupidity not only won't stop, it's increased. Paul and Berjou have had to deal with that stuff nonstop for a long time now, dealing with stuff on the other side. And Paul's strong enough to put a killing on a lot of stuff over there. So, and Berjou, she's very strong too, man. Don't get me wrong. She's got a lot of daddy in her, a lot of Arae. Deanna, when you see her, she's sweet and everything, but there's so much power behind her. It's wild. These people were powerful by their own right. They're incredibly strong. And I mean, Siobhan, there's a whole list of them. But then cranking them up just made them stronger. In the field I talk about, you might find this invasive. It is what it is, and it's like that for a reason. This quote-unquote source field people talk about, that literally goes, it permeates through everything. It's not, it's the sentient part of the spirit that goes through you. It's not spirit, sentient energy, but it's energy that permeates through everything. When I've told you before that when you start to focus your pineal to go to see more, to go to do more, when you want to go see something, poof, your energy in your pineal fires up. The field's already there. It's energy. It's like a sensor. It's not a brain. It's a sensor. The field is sensitive. when you fire up that pineal and go to move, then the field outside of you literally takes that energy and helps you go. It gives you the highway to go on. Fish, when they swim through the ocean, you can consider the water their field as they move through it, but the difference is the field helps you. Unless the fish is catching a wave, the ocean doesn't do that. So, anyway, I just needed to get that out there. There's another video I put out too that was relative to understanding why I do what I do, and that these bodies are temporary. It's like disposing the Kleenex, and my box of Kleenexes is empty, and it's time to dispose of them. So we're going to have fun with these last events. Herky's condition is in and out all the time. I was talking with someone last night, family, immediate family, you know, spirit, not the body stuff, and just explaining, you know, what I had to do. And the second I mentioned it, Herky just got all excited, happy, wagging his tail, barking. And I looked at him, he just smiled at me and said, "Daddy, I want to go home." And he's right on the edge. That picture you'll see about Herky, there's one here on this video, that was taken a while ago. Okay, he doesn't look like that anymore. He's starting to hurt a little bit. Has been for a while, but there's issues happening, and then still things are made to happen all over the place. Going through 3 brand new dishwashers, putting them in, plumbing blowing up. It's like, what? Everything's done to keep me from getting anything done. They think they can keep me from getting the packages out. That'll keep me here. I mean, they're stupid. They're idiots. They don't understand. So, anyway, I've said it before, and I had faith in some others on the other side to make it come true. I was going on what they told me. There's Herky. I've told you I was leaving. Well, this time it's going to happen. It's past time. Things can be manipulated over here, over there, all this other crap. Just everything. You can see it. It's just everything working, trying to keep me here. And folks, there's millions of these idiots over there on the other side. It takes one to get on you and mess with you. I love you, Herky, honey. Daddy's right here. Okay, buddy? He's cool. So many men want to be reptilian aggressive. Hey, it's time to get aggressive. Ain't nothing more aggressive than me, but other than that, I'm going to be who I want to be inside. Compassionate, caring. Herky, buddy. Excuse me. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You doing okay? Okay. There's your blanket on your bed. Okay. You all right, buddy? Oh, okay. Come on. You want to lay down? I love you, buddy. I'll be down in a minute, okay? So anyway, see, the thing is, I want to be properly take care of Herky, and I'm going to. Nothing will stop me from that. Nothing. And then after that, the papers I sign will have to do. That'll take care of all the legal issues. There's one of these energy beings in me that actually I made them a long time ago, 3 of them. So when I came out of a body, it helped me get out. It'd separate me from my spirit from the planetary essence that was put in the body. There's one guy that literally has always looked like the Silver Surfer, and a bunch of people said that. Who's this Silver Surfer in there? He's like silver. He's got a little light blue in there, chromatic or something. Yeah. And then there's these other 2 animals. And as a matter of fact, last night I was talking with Siobhan, Skyping. She and I are very close. And I'm happy I can say that with a lot of people, being close, open. Anyway, I told her, I said, go home, go to M66, go home. M3, star cluster M3, go to NASA, whatever, Google M3, like Mickey Mouse, like mom or something, whatever. M3 star cluster is where the original first being, male and female, considered, that's where they made their quote unquote throne room. Okay, the idea was that's, you know, excuse me, that was their great palace. They ran their kingdom of creation through there. Arae and Lily never cared about that much, so they went to the middle star cluster of the Leo constellation, M66, and they built a home there. Excuse me. And it's funny, when they talk about M66, a lot of scientists say that the gravitational pull, the force of everything involved in M66 is strange, it's very powerful. And there's two stars, not on exact opposite sides, but they're on opposing sides. There's two other star clusters that pull on it, gravitational pull. It's like messing with it. That's the work of other stupid source. Arae built that for his family. Anyway, that's where the new home is for the Lily Arae family, source spirit, but also animal essence. That's their new home too. But I was talking to Siobhan, and I asked her to go home and look, see what she says, and to see what she sees. Excuse me. And we'll see things a little differently. But she looks at it, she goes, and she's going like this, she's like, what? She goes, there's animal energy, and she didn't know what she was seeing. Well, I never told her that animal essence is over there, but that wasn't the kicker. She couldn't understand what she was seeing. If it was just animal essence, she could have seen animal essence. But there's two of the other beings that I made to help me get out of bodies when it's time. There's this one like a Silver Surfer dude that actually helps pull everything out. Excuse me. And while he's giving me a hand getting out of the body, there's to these other two animals. One I've talked about before. When I made up my mind I was going to leave years ago, and I was serious about it, then they came out. And I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden, boom, and running on the right side of me, there was something that looked like a wolf that had a mane like a lion, had a lion's tail, body had some power in it like a tiger. Excuse me. And it had teeth that were like a piranha, but like huge. It just came out everywhere. And I know it's metaphysical, but I saw it clear as day running alongside me, like through the trees, just energy, spirit. And I'm like, cool. And then the next thing you know, boom, it's right next to me in the back seat, hanging over me. It's kind of like when you have animals, you love them, all of a sudden your dog comes up to you and gives you a lick. I was not comfortable with him. He looked different, but I knew I was very comfortable with him. And then I relaxed, and I was talking with him just through feeling. And then, we're here to help you go home. I said, okay, cool. And then he said, we. And then I went to look, and then there's another one hanging around back a little bit further that eventually came close to me as I'm approaching it, and it was sitting like I'm driving. It's kind of like behind me. Back seat, left shoulder. And it was a combination of beaver, wolverine, and badger. Interesting looking thing. But I remember more than anything else, these two huge buck teeth like the beaver. And the idea was that the other thing that has like the piranha teeth wolf, that animal literally helps take the main body of it and pull it away. He grabs the main body of the planetary essence, not hurting it, but just takes the main body up to push it away. And then the one that's beaver, wolverine, and badger, literally, it's like taking those teeth and going over the spine and making a direct separation. Like it makes it actually helps separate the planetary essence from whatchamacallit, from my source energy. When you source, you bond with the planetary energy. It's normal. So anyway, Siobhan looked over there, and she was, she could see the animals everywhere, but her face got like this, it twisted a little bit, her eyes. She was seeing those other two animals, a part of me. They're silver gray, a slight touch of light blue in there. But I won't need them coming out this time. So my little Silver Surfer dude is with me all the time. But the other two are at M66. When Siobhan was looking at M66, she said, I'm seeing some kind of animal energy or something. I said, well, what's the feeling behind what's going on? What do you feel from the energy when you look? You want to see something, then you want to use your heart to feel it, and then also is it male or female, to feel the intention of it, so you can feel these things. So she looked, and she basically said, they're telling something they're not wanted, like keep out. And I said, okay, now I explained what the two weird and the two different animal energies were, and I said, she goes, feel them. She goes, well, kind of, she was trying not to say it, but feels like you. And I said, well, it is. But I said, go ahead, look at it. They're aggressively cranking up their energy, and anything gets near M66 that's not supposed to be there, they'll attack it. They'll attack it to where it's like near death. You can screw energy up, folks. Don't. Excuse me. But anyway, so that's keeping home safe. So M66 is fine. M3 is where these other idiots are trying to follow the way of the original first being male and female. They're not going to make it. So they have that covered, and I have my other buddy with me, and just waiting for a little more time. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about what's going on with the I call them metaphysical mayhem events. I didn't know what to call it. It's just just a small amount of people getting together, but different people. So it's it's like a party. You have fun. I'll answer all the questions I can. Everybody gets cranked up hard. Just as my throat is messed up right now, I'm shutting my body down. It's starting. That part of me that is not this body knows what it's doing. And it's time. So you should have seen Herky, man, when I was talking with, I think it was Siobhan. It happened. I think it might have happened with Brigitte too. Deanna, the animal. Deanna's source spirit, but from Lily and Arae, but the higher content of her source spirit happens to be animal. Total vegetarian. It's really cool. But every time I talk about leaving, he'd start scratching he was laying on his side, he'd start rubbing his nose in the carpet and scratching his feet and going like that. And then another time he'd get up, and then he just shook his collars like he likes to, and start barking, like growling, like and he's just all excited about it. He looked at me the other night. We were getting ready to pass out in bed. He just looked at me sad a few times, and he's literally saying, "Dad, when are we going?" So, and Herky's one of the source animals. So, who I was talking to, his spirit inside, I am his dad. So, as we think of things in human terms. So, anyway, folks, That's what's going on the other side. That's why your lives are still so messed up. Now, when I get out of here, Arae starts getting to work. Folks, some things are going to happen immediately. Those of you that can feel energy and spirit, you're going to feel it immediately. It's going to feel clean. The air's going to feel clean. I'll go crazy for about 5 hours, 6 hours, just destroying everything I can find, go hunting for anything I can find that has the desire in it to keep animals in a body, to be abusive, to keep me in a body. I just feel through everything I can, but it's like being blinded like this. I can't see like I need to when I'm stuck in this body. And I'll just kill it, kill it. Then all of a sudden, usually it'll happen after about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of doing that, but I'll do it on and off for about a 5-hour period. And she said, damn, I can't see anything on the other side. They're all hiding. Y'all are going to understand who you really are, and your children will understand better, more completely, and their children, and on, until finally it gets to the point where if you really want to go home, you can just meditate, sit back, relax, and just leave your body. But you have to be a single core. You can't be a dual core. It's not that you can't will yourself to death, but having said that, you make up your mind you really want to, and then it has to be done for you. I did it myself. I made up my mind. There's nothing out here, just me, other power. It's like, sure you do, whatever. The other side is there's never been honor, animal essence has always been honorable. Okay, Lily and Arae themselves, total honor. A lot of their children, a lot of the beings that came from Lily and Arae that have both of them in them, a lot of them very honorable. Some of them not so much. And that's how everything was always done. That was the example set that was not just the example set, that was the format, the way of doing things on the other side. Lie to everybody, do whatever you want. Kick them when they're down, kick them hard. That's how you got this creation. By the original first being male and female wanting to abuse you. And because we don't know better and people can't see and they have a lot of love in their hearts, they'll be praying to some kind of God that doesn't, number one, it's dead, but number two, if it's so powerful and loving, why is it screwing you? Why is it fracking you and your children and their children, your parents, life after life after life? So anyway, we are literally about to finish closing off the Dark Ages. So, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. This is what I want you to understand. When something happens, there's a reason for it. And it's not out of frantic, blah, 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 whatever. It's not from freaking out. It's from a calm but serious understanding of what needs to happen, what needs to be done so the right thing can happen. So there'll be a few people referred and referring to this video later. Excuse me. That feels a lot worse than it sounds. It's not nice to hear that, but it's just not fun to feel it. Same thing was happening last year, around October 28th, 2015. Good. Some things on the other side, folks, they're stupid. They don't want to learn. They're arrogant. They're ignorant. And they're dead set that they're going to play God. No, they're not. Nothing is. There's no such thing. If something was strong and compassionate and cared about you, it would take care of you the best it could. It would do everything it could for you, and it would want exactly nothing in return and be happy when you smiled at it. Otherwise, it sucks. So, remember, folks, what the hell are you doing praising stuff? That's silly. You give away your equality. If something was worth your praise, number one, why would it want it? It would want it because it wants you to know that it's better than you. It wants to feel better than you. It wants to know it's better than you, blah, 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 okay? Number two, why would it allow it? When it goes in your head and runs you and everything, why would it allow that? Why would it allow you to think that you only have one life when you have so many? For those of you that are Christians, I think, what is it, Mark? I can't remember now. It's been so long. Chapter 14, 17, verses 9 through 13. Maybe chapter 17, I don't know. JC's walking down the hill talking with his disciples, and he's talking about how someone said that one of the folks there with him said that disciples, whatever, said that they'd just come down from a mountain and they had a vision that they shared together. And Elijah was there talking, and then one of them asked JC, he said, hey, I thought Elijah was coming back in a body to fix all this stuff again, coming back in a body again to fix all this stuff. And then JC said he did, but they didn't know who he was, so they had their way with him, which means that they just killed him, they beheaded him. Elijah came back as John the Baptist. And it even says in that little thing in your Bible that the person immediately knew that it was John the Baptist. Folks, that's reincarnation. That's having another life, which is against the basic thought process of the Bible. You only have one life. Where do all these extra souls come from? People keep being born. So like a great big queen ant that just puts out souls? No. By the way, Elijah and John the Baptist, the spirit inside was Paul Cherrick, the one taking over my place for what's going on over here. So many of the books and stuff that were written are just bogus, and it was not time yet for the truth to come out. For what really exists, that wasn't going to happen until Arae came in body one time and one last time and turned everything upside down, and I have. And he was strong as hell, but I cranked the hell out of him. He's a crazy powerhouse. And his energy frequencies, little over 98% of them are literally what I am. Folks, he's strong. He's more pineal. It's like Brigitte has got good pineal and everything, but her scanner's really strong. That helps you see like remote viewing, very incredible detail. And then it goes on with all the others. Siobhan has so much heart. The two of you might look each other in the eyes and just they start watering. And the others, it's the same way. I mean, you look at the family, you're going to see beautiful eyes. Cleopatra was Source family number 7. The Cleopatra number 7 is what they said she was. She was Source. She's totally unaware of everything. See, folks, this is done to you when you're in a body. But as you get older, I mean, as you do this longer, and the little time goes on, you'll see it for yourself. And then your children, and their children, and their children. we'll be learning. The next 100 years, you're going to see such a change, it'll blow your mind. And the animals will finish leaving. Doesn't not happen overnight. You're going to start seeing it happen quick, though. And then our wonderful family from space, extraterrestrials from other planets that have been brought here and imprisoned, they're coming out. The Drak are already doing it. Drak and Antids and others. They're already put together a process where it's going to finish happening before too long. Once Arae's free, he'll be making things happen. But you can't do that when you're in a body. The time to go is just about here. Actually, it's over a year late. Anyway. You're not who you think you are. You're so much more. You're not what other people have tried to make you think you are. You're so much more. Have faith in yourself. Don't look for that from someone else. It doesn't mean anything. Then you start becoming something they want you to be. That's not who you are. You're you. There's not a damn thing wrong with you. You have incredible abilities. They're hard to access. But once you get started, it's easy. The hard thing about accessing them is relaxing, flowing inside yourself, releasing, and then learning how to trust that whatever you're seeing, unless you're doing drugs or taking DMT or some other stupid thing, you ever want to see anything correct? Back out of that crap. You can tell someone a wonderful story, and that's when this guy turned into a bird and he flew and rainbows came out of his fingers, and this is real. Yeah, okay. Stay away from that. Feed your body. Stay away from drugs. Just relax. Learn how to trust that when you got an image, that was correct, but then the hard part is trying to understand the image. They say there's 1,000 words in every picture. Man, that's got to be what, 10,000, 100,000? It's hard to pick the right 20. And that's where the heart comes in. You see something, you feel something, and then you trust your gut. That's how your bodies were made naturally. It just happened. That's how they need to function together for you to be yourself. And I'm showing you how to do that. It also told you what's going on by putting the books out. So, folks, love you. Yeah, I'm not leaving right away. Very soon, but I'm going to finish these events and take care of Herky. Do everything I can. I got to get healthy again, though. That'll happen again soon. Crazy, though. The true insanity you can see in your lives everywhere. Where do you think that came from, folks? It came from the other side. And now there's total insanity. Everything that was running, everything is gone. There's a house with a bunch of little kids in it. They're about 5, 6 years old, and they're running things. Don't know what they're doing. They don't care. They all say the same thing. They look at each other and they go, me, 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 me. That's what it's all about. Either that or I'm God. It's like a 5 and a 6-year-old boy and girl, and they're standing on top of a car while it's moving, and they're fighting back and forth with a steering wheel. That's what's running your lives right now. That's going to stop. Folks, love you, man. Take care, and don't ever stop the fight to become yourself. Because the only thing there is to really fight is you not feeling you're up to it. Is all that thought, that garbage that's been put on your head saying you can't do it. Replace I can with I will. I am. I can. I will, I am. Because that's who you really are. I love y'all, man. Have a good. Hey again, folks. I was getting ready to render the video, and I realized I left something out. Wow. I just got a big pull to some of the tumbled yellow aventurine and some very strong star essonite that I have that's different, much different energy. Stones like people are all different, but that and some of this nice yellow aventurine. That's wild. That's big time. Intuition, gut intuition. And in the, whoops, in the pocket it goes. Soon, all of you that care, I'll be talking with Stone and everything else, feeling the energy, talking back and forth, kind of walking back and forth with energy is what I was going to say, because you'll be there with it. You'll understand more about who you are, what you're doing here and everything else. But what I wanted to say real quick is that it's really important for you all to not let the idiots, the people that are screaming whatever they want, to keep you or scare you or intimidate you in any way from becoming awake and aware. Okay? A lot of people say I can't do what I do, what I've been doing thousands of times. There's always going to be an idiot that says that. They're ignorant. They usually want their own, spotlight, limelight, make something about themselves. Usually like little children. They're either it's like little children, or there are people who want everyone to look at them for whatever reason. Okay. I have a sticker, bumper sticker on my truck, and it says, "Those that say it can't be done need to shut up while others are busy doing it." While those who can are doing it. It's a good point. I don't allow no comments in my videos because all the little idiots want to get up there and say their stupid crap, and that'll keep someone from getting a hold of information that I know is important to them if they want to really become themselves. I've got a suggestion for you. You might want to try the same. I tried letting people have comments, and some are nice, some are crazy, and then I said, this is just taken away from the message. And I have important information for you. It's about you, who you really are, and how to how to open yourself up and finish becoming yourself. So people are going to say that, folks, just, flip them off, laugh them off, whatever you want to do. But don't ever let that stop you being you. What do you want to do? Live their life? You want to be what they want you to be? Why not be what you want to be? Okay, don't take crap, people. That does not mean get violent with them. Flip them off and leave. Just turn around and laugh at them and leave. Whatever you want to do. But they're lost. And you're going to find, as time goes on, there's fewer and fewer and fewer of them around. Your children and their children are not going to run into them like you do right now, because they're being taken out of the circulation of having lives. So don't worry what the idiots say, and don't open up the door to leave comments for them to run their mouth. If you want to say something, now if you want to have a chat room or something, that's different. But if you're going to put out a video where you want to give out information, it needs to be information, like a library or something where you go. You don't. Some of these idiots might actually go to a library and get stupid about something that's written in a book, but that's one in a million, because they're not going to take that time. They can sit at home and just try to self-glorify themselves with with their comments, instead of producing something good for themselves. So, let it be what it is, and just don't deal with it. It's a waste of your time. And you're going to find these people that run their mouth, if all of a sudden, when they find out that something happens and they're wrong, they just back up. Well, they find something else to go about. That Jordan Womble changed his name to Jason whatever, so you might see him as, might see a video about him as Jordan Womble or Jason Womble. Called himself Dragon God Gorfu Doofu or something, I don't know. When he started attacking me, or trying to anyway, I guess that's what it was. He was mouthing. He said there's no way anybody can do this. And then he actually took a few minutes looking on the web and my websites and everything, and then folks, there's been hundreds of people talking me up about having a consult with me and what it did for them. Not telling them little secret information. Here's where the buried treasure's at. And treasure, excuse me, is at. But empowering them, cranking them up, making them more who they are, and making them stronger so they can do it more easily and to a greater extent. To be more than you, not just to wake up, but to be more than you could have been waking up. That's what these crank up consults have been about. And then recently I finally got strong enough to release people's energy inside their head. And that part of me is extended in the field everywhere so the other source members can do it. The other source members who can crank people up can do it. Not just because you're source doesn't mean you can crank someone up. You should be able to touch them and they feel it, but that's not the same thing as being cranked up. Anyway, just go your own way. Because Fleetwood Mac had a song like that. There's a little different meaning behind it, but do your thing, become yourself. That's the best thing for you, those you love, and those around you. Don't let the other idiots give you a hard time. They're either trying to make something about themselves or their little children that are really upset, and if they can't do something or see something, then no one else is allowed to, and no one else could because, you know, they think they're special or whatever. Don't worry about them. Just be you. Love you, old man. Have a good